This is the battle of P2W versus F2W, pay to win versus free to win players. With all the same exact tank, I decided to go with the Chaffee just because it was a tank that I felt like most people had. Sometimes we do higher tier challenges and training rooms, and not everyone has the tanks. And so definitely didn't want to choose a premium tank as that wouldn't make sense. And so the team that you're seeing here, the only replays I got from were from the pay-to-win side. So you're seeing the pay-to-win side perspective. This first replay is mine. I was able to get just a couple. I didn't get very many, but these were some of the replays I did get. There is one other from another a pay-to-win player just at the last battle, where we were able to get up to 6v6, and all the players would self-identify themselves as either a free-to-play player or a pay-to-win player. So basically, pay-to-win is if you've spent money on the game, premium tanks and things like that, you're a pay-to-win player. And free-to-play players, obviously, are those that haven't spent very much money in the game. So this is the showdown to find out which side or which type of player will win when put against this challenge. So once again, from every side that you see of the point of view of the player during these three replays, it's only from the pay to win, and the enemies are all the free to play. So in the first one, the pay to win players won. I do consider myself as a pay to win player. I have a lot of tanks and I have spent definitely money on this game. So I had to identify myself as such. So I'm on the pay to win side, and want to thank everyone that helped. Awesome subscribers who had come in and joined, and I think we had a really good time, and we had some pretty good battles. This one, I was a bit of a potato trying to play on my mobile device. I play more on a tablet. Now, when categorizing pay-to-win players versus free-to-play players, there are some things to take into consideration from each side, because in my mind, even before going into this, I was thinking my vote was pay-to-win players are going to win. Now, will that be the turnout of this? I'm not going to spoil that. But the reason why I think that is because pay-to-win players typically are those that are older because they make money, they can spend money. And free-to-play players, most of the time, I think, are those type of players who are maybe younger. Not all the time. There are older people that just simply don't want to spend money on a game, which is perfectly fine. But I'm wondering, and this is just my theory, you'll have to let me know in the comments what you think, is that most pay-to-win players are older people that make money and are in a position to spend money, whereas most of the free-to-win players are just simply those people that are maybe younger, they don't have jobs, they're not in a position to make money, to spend money. So those are just my thoughts. That was kind of a funny shot. That shot was actually totally meant for the other enemy, and then he came down and got right in my line of fire. Great shot by him, took me out. And this was getting to be a pretty close battle. Got 3 left on the pay-to-win side, the green team, and only 3, now there's 2 left on the free-to-win, or the free-to-play, I should say. And they're all pretty low. All these tanks are almost one hits, and both of them kill each other at the exact same time. Can this last free-to-play player take on these 2 pay-to-win players? Ooh, good shot here, but that one free-to-play player is now a 1 hit. It is now down to the wire. Both only having 1 hit. Trying to play it carefully. Maybe trying to see if one can bait the other. Ooh, both of them miss. Pretty close. Now he could have charged right there since the other Chaffee had shot last. But just playing a little bit more carefully. Looks like the pay-to-win player may be going in for the kill. And, oh, not quite. So in the second round, the free-to-play players actually took the victory. So very well done. And now going into the last round of, once again, from the pay-to-win team's perspective. So pay-to-win versus free-to-play players. This will determine the tiebreaker. I was in all three of these. It was actually quite fun. I normally don't participate in the training rooms, but I have a little bit more often. I just like to make sure I'm giving everyone who wants to join the training room a turn and give my subscribers preference in being in the training room to be in the video rather than me. So, which I don't mind. I think it's a lot of fun. So it looks like a free-to-play player has just fallen. And I'm over. I just rushed across the water on the other side to try and get some crossfire. Getting some brutal brawling in here. Score is tied. Only 4 tanks on each team. And this was really the only way to do it, honestly, is everyone being in the exact same tank. Because if everyone was in a different type of tank, or if I would have done, for example, the Luva versus the Tiger 2 to determine who would be better pay-to-win players or free-to-win players, it just isn't quite the same, just because even though the Luva and the Tiger 2 are pretty similar, there still are some differences between those tanks. And so I wanted this to be completely fair. So in choosing the exact same tanks, it was primarily just those representing free-to-play and pay-to-win going against each other. So getting pretty close here to the end. It looks like the pay-to-win players are pulling through. And I would be really curious, just in general, if most pay-to-win players are older, just like how I was thinking, or if that's not the case. And I didn't ask these people that were helping with this vid if the pay-to-win were older or if the free-to-play players were younger. So I'm not actually sure how it works. It's just something that is, I guess, just Muffin's theory. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. The pay-to-win players did come out on top, which did align with what I was thinking would have happened. But let me know what you think based on this. This is the Muffin here. You guys stay cool and keep tanking.